Hello everyone, hi nail artist fans and JOHENS lovers. I will painting today with the JOHENS colored gel polishes because, as you know, they are super duper pigmented and have many ways to use. And one of the way when we using to make like this really realistic effect because it's so easy to paint with. And I want to show how you do, and because it's fall season I decide to do something cutie, and I will teach you how you make actually realistic nail art on the surface which is small. Okay, if the customer show like, oh, I want a cartoon folks or realistic cute folks or whatever, how you can incorporate it into the nail art. Okay, so what I will using and you will need to make any hand painting with gel polishes, first of all the mixing sheet. Those are really my best friend because I can painting anything what I want and after just simple throw away, so I don't have to wash or wiping any kind of plastic or glass things. All right, so that is your best friend. What else I will using? Definitely I will using 3 brushes, which is one of the artist one is the fine shader, those 2 is natural hair brush, concentrated one, and one is the perfect line, which is synthetic. Okay, so those are we using. And to make fall season design, no matter what you painting, always you will need some kind of oranges color, and I'm using the fall color collection, actually almost all color of the collection, which is super rich and super nice fall season color for pumpkin, for fox, for mushrooms, for acorn or whatever you painting. From the orange going to the burnt orange, and I will using those colors. The 120 is the burnt, really deep beautiful color for fall season. I think on the camera I see maybe a little bit more darker on the camera, and of course going to the Bordeaux, like reddish tone, and the brown. So, but because I will painting this kind of design, definitely need the fall collection. If you don't have, just grab it because that is the best ever fall season colors. So how I painting? For example, the customer show a picture on the phone or whatever, or you painting by hand everything because you are superstar or just being more secured. I'm simply using the Manic pencil. I'm using that one, doesn't matter which kind of brand you're using. Okay, I do like the smaller number, so that is the 0.3. okay, and always I drawing on the matte surface. You can drawing on the matte surface if you have a base color, painting the base color on the customer nail, apply one top shine and buff it back, because that buffed matte surface is good for it. Or just simple painting on the natural nail not on the natural nail, actually on the any kind of base layer what you have, and after you can painting the rest of the nail to any color what you want. Okay, you can see I already drew quickly the fox, tiny fox, one side and other side. So to painting that one I will need the 118, which is a bright but fall season orange. Is really important because have to be vibrant but not like the electric orange or the neon orange. Is not good because it's not fall season color. You love the brush? Thank you so much. I love it too. It's just so easy to painting with everything. So I applying the 119, which is a little bit darker version, and they are just beautifully love each other. So easy to do ombre or painting with, because harmonically in order the colors of the fall collection. Okay, what else I will need? I will need white. Definitely I need white because of the little four. I'm using the art white for that purpose. It's super duper pigmented. And I will need, of course, the black, because always need black too. I think I lost the connection, but let's see, it's coming back. Okay, I just see how some kind of, but we are here together. No worry, I did not make anything yet. So and actually, if you want, you can playing with the Picassos, the original Picassos, like a chocolate black and the white, to make more darker or lighter, or contouring. Okay, for example, to darkening, I just use a teeny tiny of the chocolate, really teeny tiny. Okay, maybe I will not use, maybe I will use, I don't know. I applied on the palette. So with the metal tool, because it's easy to wipe it off, and voila, it's clean. You don't have to wash. I don't like washing too much thing around my table, because it's waste the time. Same time I can painting something new. So by this reason I figured it out what is the best for all nail technicians. So I start using the fine shader, because I need to create coating bigger spaces. Okay, because if you see the artist one, it's same, beautifully pointed, teeny tiny, really soft ended, but less of the hair as wideness and length. So that is for the detail, the artist. The fine shader for general use. So let's painting. I think I start with the oranges. I hope I'm in the camera. And I start painting her whole body. Okay, you don't have to really make perfect. And the good is, if you drawing with the kids draw with the pencil, how to color it, because it's nano pigmented and super full coverage, will not visible the line what you painted. Why I do recommend definitely to paint ahead on the customer nail, because if you see you made too much head or too much tail or whatever, you just simply buff it back and draw again. If you painting and you realize, oh, it's too big, you have difficult time to wash back from the customer nail surface. So just don't be shy, drawing with simple with the pencil, and always you can correct it later. As you see, you need more wider or something. So I just painting. It will be multiple layer, because I do realistic, that means three-dimensional. Okay, and where will be dark too. Definitely the tail part will be white, oranges. So I coming from here and I pull it, and I do recommend to make with actually with pencil, because the customer moving too. You know, you want to painting something and she just oh excuse me or whatever. So that is not really makes you happy. But if you draw it, you just wipe it off the gel and the design will same. Okay, and here that part I just pull it to thin, really thin, to make sure it's not visible, because I want a really a fur like effect. All right, where will be dark too, I painting the little ear too. No worry if you cover it, because see through, honestly see through. Okay, and I do not let cure immediately. This template, yes, actually some people already asked to drawing something and make it on stamping plate. However, I have a lot of design and a lot of idea, and customer always asking different things. So the best things, if I teach you how you make it. If I do it design and we producing stamping plate, that will be limited, just what I produce to you. Okay, if I teach you, everything will be unlimited, so you can painting everything. And I do right now the white just lightly. Okay, it's difficult to make lightly because super pigmented, but just gentle lightly I painted to white. Because I will touch a little bit with the orangey color too. Okay, here is tiny line because close to the nose. And that point I check, make sure is the cheek part is same size, same curved. Now that point I just a little bit pull it out like this, turn the brush or wipe the brush on the paper and pulling out and pulling out. Why I'm doing that? Because it's hairy. Okay, it's not just a simple cartoon painting. I want looks like it's a fur of the chick. I just grab a little white to make sure the white is going out, and actually tiny mixed with the orangey. Okay, so here is whitish but oranges too, so I pull it back too to create furry look. Go back to orange, wipe it on the paper, and I pull it back the oranges. I don't know it's visible or not. I try to not move, but already like a fur effect. So it's combined with the orange, and at the end of the hair is more thin, the hair, the white hair, so see through the oranges, right? And of course the little tail, I start from the bottom because that is more whitish, and I pull it up. Okay, start not blending. You see, I wipe the brush is opened a little bit, and I'm just pull it one to the other. So that means at the base will be like really like a furry effect. Okay, so that point I let cure it. Okay, till that cure I can check if you have any question. I'm using right now the fine shader, which is like a must have, holy grail with the artist. Okay, if you painting anything by hand, those two is your best friend. Thank you so much, you love it. Always I just wipe it during the procedure, and at the end I wipe with the brush cleaner. So I touch it, I will wash it, and I will show. And that is the gel what will be inside the brushes during 2 days, or you go to weekend definitely, or you go to holiday definitely. I recommend, because that will keep the nice pointy and the shape of the brush. So right now coming the second shade of the oranges, I start pulling from here because I want more vivid and more dimensional. And because I don't apply everywhere same quantity, that already give me like a depth, deepness actually. Okay, and of course the little ear have to be other part of the ear. Cute little fox. But again, no matter what you're doing, this is what I did with the mushroom. As you see how I applied the beautiful colors which is in harmony in the JOHENS. Always I try to explaining to you guys that is a big help, because you just open the next three the three next each other, and those will be perfect to create the highlighting and the shadow, just simple using the gel polish. Okay, of course, because that is little fox, so I'm using that color. But I tell ya, the new Aboriginal color is more neutral colors. That is just perfect for painting. For example, the Akron, I'm using the Aboriginals definitely. Okay, I add a little bit the darker from here too. And just using the little end of the brush, the top. And here too, because those are in shade. And of course the little nosy part. Okay, and I just tapping to make sure it's not really visible when I finished the color. And I go back and I add the first orange, which is the lighter. Just simply add more oranges in the center and nicely mixed with the darker orange to make sure it's not visible. I don't want to see a straight line actually. Okay, just harmonically less of the dark. Okay, where is darker more? Of course, where is the nose, because the little nose and mouth covered the tail part, so give lap kind of shade to the fore part like here. Okay, so definitely that part will be darker, so I already applying a little bit to here. And simple, just because I'm layering, that make the shade effect. Okay, and right now I'm using the darker, and depending how dark do you want, you can add a little bit of the Picasso chocolate just on one part. I do it right now. Because inside of the ear have to be real shade or shadow. Okay, you see how aggressively too much, so I just wipe it on the paper or the palette to make sure it's not so much. Wipe it, and I just tap 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 tap, create like a you know, the ear dimensionally have a little hole kinda, and there is a hole have to be shade or shadow. I just wipe it, my brush, and tap 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 tap. And from the darker, of course, here have again the shadow. Sorry if I'm silent, I just concentrated to make sure it's nice and important, realistic. And the light. I just adjust to make sure it's curved, nice, like a fox head. Okay. And I'm going back underneath of the mouth. And just teeny tiny quantity, okay? What I see my nail sister when doing like that, the biggest mistake have you guys using too much of the material. Okay, I used teeny tiny quantity of. Medium oranges. Go back to here. Let's see, I somehow wiped. Okay. And let's cure it. Oh, I did not make the white, whatever. The next will be the white. So sometimes when I change to the white, I'm using simple the paper towel. Okay, I'm using same colors. So if I'm painting right now with the white, I just grab the white, painting on the surface, and doesn't coming off any oranges. Okay, but if you really want to press down the brush with the gel, you must have to wash with the brush cleaner gel. Okay, but definitely we never ever using acetone to wash out any pigment. As we are advanced and professionals, we already know how acetone is always destroying your holy grail. Because that to me is just everything, you know. And I have to save the brushes. So the white it's coming again from here, and I just pull it. Okay, and I will do outside. Just I wiped right now, and the brush is opened, kinda, you see, because I pressed down on the palette, so it's opened, and I just touch it and pull it, touch it and pull it, touch it and pull it. I do not want to see where is the end of the 4. Okay, it's just invisible. Absolutely, you cannot see where is the end, and that make really nice and, you know, not really aggressively painted things. More natural actually. Okay, teeny tiny. Actually, if you want, I do right now all with the fine shader, but here is the nose part. If you feel you are more secured with smaller brush, just simply use the artistic one. Okay, I don't switch right now because I want to keep my schedule to make sure I show everything and I explaining everything, so I simply using, but I understand if you don't feel confident to painting everything with the big brush, just simply switch to the artistic. Okay, so as you see, I don't know in camera see through, but underneath have little oranges whitish, and the line is layered, so looks like a fur, really fur baby. So cute. Okay, and from the tail coming up, okay, I wipe again, I wipe and open it the brush, and as you see, because I don't wash the brush between, if I press down, I mentioned the oranges will come out. If you don't press down, it doesn't come out. Okay, this is how I save time, especially when you do the customer nail, and sometimes I just realize how people feel like, oh, too much time that, too much time this, because we don't use the proper way. Okay, sometimes yes, have to wash, sometimes just don't. Just if you do, just waste the time. Okay, and I blending really well because honestly the fox doesn't have a vibrant white on the tail or on the face, because it's natural hair and she is living in the forest and hunting, and just cannot be homogeneous white because it's not nice at all. Okay, so if everything clean and clear, it's coming the teeny tiny eyes, which is 1 dot. Oh, and when I do that, I never painting one to full and after the another, because honey, 100% sure you cannot make both beautifully same or similar. Okay, so it just help if just only start with the point. And right now I'm using the perfect line, which is, honey, perfect line as the name describe, and I pull it out. A little bit a curved line, if I have to describe. Pulling like a droplet and going down, and after just a teeny tiny bit up. This is how I create the easiest way the eyeball to this little fur baby. Maybe I add the black more, because the fox have a special eye, kind of little chinky eye. That make it really cute. And again, the artist brush create the nose, and do not worry, the nose will be a little bit goofy at the first time when you see, because it's big black, but I will add highlighting to them. Okay, so no worry. And right now I go back to the fine shader again, and I'm using the dark brownish things, and I'm using directly the brush cleaner gel which is a super transparent gel. As I told you, I'm using for washing and for a lot of nail art too. And here is the one point when I'm using. Okay, so I need a shadow underneath of the tail. Okay, but I have to wash out and make fluidy and wash out from here too, to make not a perfect line, is like shaded line. Okay, and where else need? Of course need a little bit here, not so much, and then just wash up. That's all, I think so. Okay, where I want to do more darker is the ear part. Okay, so I'm using the dark gel polish, and I add darkness to more. Gentle, just tapping, tap to make more. Blended. And that is a bird sienna color actually. It's just really good for the fall season, and I'm using right now for shadowing a gentle color. Here we are, and I go back to the ear, just a tiny dot of the dark, especially here because it's not really visible. Here. Okay, I wipe it on the brush cleaner and just wash it. Isn't it so cute? Okay, and always you can go back if you feel like you want to add more color somewhere. To me here need more darker, so I add the orange and the darker orange too, to make more vivid. And because of layering, I'm using the same colors but give a special effect. Okay, and I just make tack 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 to make 40. Okay, here we are. And of course we'll need the contouring, and we'll be finished. Okay, and when I coated with the top shine, will the whole image live together. Oh, I don't turn on the lamp. It's happened with you guys too. Sometimes I just put it into the lamp and I think it's like, okay, it's cure, but not. If you don't turn on, that means any second is not counting, because it doesn't cure. So take attention, especially when you're working on the customer nail. How is your weekend, girls? To me here, have really right now it's not really hot, but last week was like 91 Fahrenheit, which is like a summer. It's period of summer, so difficult to me turn to fall or winter kind of the design. So what I do, usually I listening music like or Brazilian cafe lounge like bossa nova or whatever, or Seri made me a really good music compilation to like a fall season, like a little bit jazzy, a little bit piano, a little bit Christmas music. So this is how I can get the feeling to I want to painting any kind of winterish things. So as I told you, I really need just a teeny tiny highlighting, which is definitely coming the nose. I simply using the white and just touch it. Okay, if it's too much, you can wiping off like this. Okay, and I will need anything what I painting right now, highlighting or shadow or whatever, it will be not really visible. Anything what I painting on the top shine, that will be super visible, if it makes sense. Because the top shine will a little bit hide the line work. And for example, I add a little bit dark contour, but that is what I really don't want will be too visible, because the cute warm image, the black line work can kill the whole image. Okay, so as you see, almost invisible, and they do not make whole contour, just a tiny line work. This is why you must have the perfect lines with it. And I simply using the gel polish. Okay, and I just add teeny tiny things here. That is just make pop up the little chick better, but thin line like a spider web. Okay, if you feel not really confident to painting this kind of micro line work, better just skip it that point instead of painting too dark her little face. I will do a class for this kind of trick, how you painting super thin line work. Till that, the key is definitely on my brush is like almost nothing is dried. Okay, and I'm using the gel polish. This is how the JOHENS gel polishes are pigmented. How even if nothing on the brush, you are able to paint with. super thin line work. You know what, I pull it a little bit more on the eye. Oh, yeah. A little bit more chinky, not too round. Little cute babe. Okay, let's cure it. And on the top shine I do the super thin contouring. Okay, that is an inspiration, but again, cartoon version or any kind of fall season decoration like mushroom or acorn like this will be I think is super cool and super cute. And all fall season colors is just a must have in the fall season. So if you don't have, I guarantee that will be your best friend from now till December. December 30. It's just a must have, and this is how you are able to painting with. Only for the contour I will add a teeny tiny Picasso white, because that I want extremely thin and but a little bit pop up. What number is the darker brown? That one. That one. It's a burnt amber color. It's not really a brown. I open it. It's like version of the oranges, but it's like a burn, like brownish, if you're asking that. Please let me know that was the question. That is a 120 what I used. And to make dark highlight shadowing is I add chilling with the little chocolate, just because it's super concentrated and dark. So I hope I answered the question. I add a teeny tiny Picasso white. So I add a teeny tiny Picasso white to here, because I will use with the artist white too. Do you love the fall colors? Yes, I do too. It's just something like must have. Doesn't matter what you're painting, pumpkin or just full oranges color or ombre, beautiful the ombre with that collection. And don't forget, on the collection you got the percentage too, which is like, come on. So little foxes come back, so I'm using the top shine to coating that. You're welcome, sweetie. I'm here to help, and any question when I can see, I try to see always, but when I painting, you know, I have to focus it on what I'm doing. So if I missed anyone's question, please feel free to add a message to me on YouTube, because we're always posting, so that video will be available at the YouTube, I think tomorrow or whatever, when we're posting. So you will be able to asking on the YouTube any stuff what you want to have a question, like which color that one, or any question. Okay, so here we are. Let's cure, but not fully cure. Okay, maximum 30 seconds, better if 20-25. Okay, thank you for joining me, to everyone, honestly. I really appreciate your attention, and I feel I'm not alone. And if you guys have any question, always you can contact with me. So she's back. I told you I do not let fully cure. Okay, so that is the version as I'm painted. Actually, I told you that is the little sister and the bigger sister. Okay, you can see right now side by side how it looks like without the extra dimensional contouring or with the extra dimensional contouring. Honestly, both can nice as is. Okay, I just add because always pop up. I just want to show right now because it looks like same or similar, so I can show exactly what is the difference. Because sometimes I know you guys seeing it like, why she do that one or this one, or it's not necessary. Honestly, it's not necessary. It's depending which one, which kind of effect do you want to see. Okay, and when I do contouring, I'm mixing a little bit. I'm not in the camera here. Here we are. So I'm mixing the white gel polish, the art gel, and a teeny tiny, I pull it out teeny tiny of the Picasso. Again, teeny tiny. Okay, I'm rolling on the paper, and I do the teeny tiny contour, which will be around the little face. Where is the nose? Almost invisible, but same time will be pop up. Okay, and this point I will do line, 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 line to add more texture to the hairy things. Okay, and of course the little cheek part to this cutie, and line, line, line. Okay, next eye. And going up, and line, line, and line, and line. It's important because different white make it pop up more. And the underneath part. Do the little cheek, and line, 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 and that give it to the whole white part a furry effect. I try to don't move, so maybe you're able to see. It's like really realistic fur, just so cute. Okay, and just because I layered, that is created that kind of you feel like you see through, and you wanna pampering, you wanna touch it, you know what I mean? That makes super cute this little babe. Okay, where is shine? Always have shine where have the shadow too, right? Next to the shadow part. Super thin line. Okay, and you can add here too. Again, everywhere when have a shadow must have to be light too, like here. And to make furry, of course I will do here too, line, line. Make sure you curving because it's curved. Okay, do not make straight. So follow the shape what you painted, if it makes sense, because the hair, the furry things is follow the shape of the end of the tail. just add everywhere when I can, and at the top of the head, because have to be light for sure. Here we are. You can add on the nose just a dot. Hello. Just a little shine. Or you can add to the eye too. I don't want, because that will be her bigger sister. All right. So she's going into the lamp right now before I touch it. Do you guys have any question? I hope you guys will doing with me, or not with me, after me, and please show me, because I'm really a good proud mama. So I'm always happy to see how is your masterpiece. So here we are. Actually, those are the set. This is what we made today. I told you that will be a little bit bigger, and that was the first, the little sister as I made previously. So if you guys love it, always join in the live video, and at the YouTube channel, if you push the notification button, you always got notification when I post something new, because I do not posting only the live videos. I doing randomly different things, and that is free class for you. So I hope you enjoy that, you got a little inspiration, and you will painting amazing things with the new fall collection set from the JOHENS Colorit. Don't forget it, love each other and love yourself too. Okay, ciao girls and boys.